We continue with Reg desperately trying to dissuade Nanachi as he suggests that, even in her current state, Midi may still be able to eke out an existence. But the Hollow assures him that nothing of her friend's human nature exists within the Hollow before them. Worse still, not only is Midi almost unkillable, she feels every bit of pain that befalls her. Unable to talk or even scream out in pain, all she can offer are tears from her one remaining eye. She asks the robot boy to imagine what kind of existence her friend would have when she's no longer around, trapped forever in such a body. And after a night filled with worrisome thoughts, we find ourselves before a comfortable area filled with plushies and comfort as Reg prepares to carry out Nanachi's grim request. A moment later, as tears fall down his face, the robot boy unleashes a great fiery blast that consumes the Hollow. And with that, Midi is no more, and her suffering is at its end. The pair weep bitterly and uncontrollably. And even though Nanachi asks to be left alone, Reg embraces her tightly as they mourn Midi's loss and the cruelty of it all. The following morning, Reg wakes to the smell of delicious food. And to his surprise, he finds that Riko has finally woken up. The little red whistle takes it upon herself to teach the Hollow how to cook. And as she does so, she latches onto the bunny girl, happily rubbing her face against Nanachi's soothing fur. As the trio enjoy the meal, Riko asks where the fourth person is. And when asked how she knew that there was another person there, the little girl reveals what she saw as she slept. She saw an eye looking through a hole in the darkness. Pressing her eye against its own, there the two remained, offering each other solitude until one day the barrier between them lifted. Before her stood a red-haired little girl who was spirited away from their prison. And as Nanachi listens to Riko's tale, her heart is comforted. A few days later, Riko asks the Hollow if she'd be willing to accompany them on their journey. And to Reggie's joy and relief, Nanachi agrees. We later watch as the trio prepare a message for those on the surface and release it into the air. And as it climbs up the abyss, we see it move past the Great Fault and then unto the inverted forest where it gets snagged on a tree and collected by Marulk and company. They repair and send it on its journey. Onwards it goes, rising past all layers until it eventually arrives on the surface where it's discovered by Nat and Shiggy, who then carry it to its final destination. And as our tale comes to an end, we see our trio of explorers head out on their journey, mindful of the greater dangers they're sure to encounter, yet filled with optimism about the wondrous discoveries that may await them within the lower depths of the abyss.